Hello and welcome back to Mad Men with a Box, our weekly live stream where we discuss some of the recent news to come up in Doctor Who, plus our topic that we reviewed. I'm joined by Snake Dancing, Professor Pixel.
Hello.
We are one madman short. Jimmy had priorities.
I thought it was Landry.
Oh yeah, sorry. Landry, our very important member, had priorities. So couldn't. This Jimmy fella, now we don't care about him.
Did you introduce yourself? I don't know if you said your name.
They should know me. They should fear my name.
Okay, Chris.
How dare I introduce myself? You should know me by reputation.
So what are we doing tonight?
Are you a real fan if you don't know who I am?
So what are we doing tonight, Chris?
So apart from the news, we got a little bit of news to talk about, but right at the end, we're going to be reviewing the 5th Doctor audio story, The Cradle of the Snake.
It's not Snake in the Cradle?
No. Why is the snake in the cradle?
I don't know why I marked that as the title.
Wow. I literally just saw snake. Yeah, it's not Snake in the Cradle. What the hell?
I don't know. Maybe I was a little busy at the time. I will fix it after.
Okay, so I guess we should start off with the big announcement that was made.
Well, can we do a little show and tell first?
Okay, go right ahead.
Absolutely. I'm going to go ahead and pull solo just to go ahead and show. Last week, I believe I got Dalek. I'm very interested in reading that. I'm very excited to read this Target novelization. However, I believe it was the day after I got the TV movie. Yes.
Ooh, yes, I got that one as well.
I'm a good bit in. But that's not all. I got 2 more. Doctor Who and the Daleks.
I don't have that one.
Yes, I ordered that one because I wanted that, and of course, Doctor Who and the 10th Planet.
That should be good. I'm wondering when they release that one, because I wonder if if the novelization would somehow include Twice Upon a Time in some regard.
This was released. I should be able to find a page with the marking, shouldn't I? Published in 2012. So no.
No, damn it.
No, quite not.
Because I know there's a novelization of Twice Upon a Time, which yes. I think they had to go back and fix why the first Doctor was his characterization was just off.
Yeah, yes.
And they explained it that he was fooling.
He wanted to screw around with him.
He's he's doing a little bit of trolling, the first Doctor.
I don't know. I looked at it exactly like him in the 5 Doctors. Go make yourself useful. Get me a drink, girl. He didn't threaten to smack her bottom, but okay. But that's it. So now I'm going to go ahead and pull up the big news of the week. Well, we'll save a certain doom. We should talk about Red Nose Day.
Yes, Red Nose Day. Everyone's been looking forward to Red Nose Day, as it was announced that 2 Doctors would be in it.
2 Doctors.
We have obviously our 14th Doctor, David Tennant, but Lenny Henry, who played a alternate 7th Doctor for a skit, was going to be in it. As we see here, yes, the Regenerated into David Tennant Club is getting bigger and bigger. You can also add Graham Norton to that list. Because he did it as an intro to one of his episodes. Yeah,
it was okay. It's fluff.
We probably can't show the skit just in case. Yeah. But essentially, the skit is just Lenny Henry just regenerates into the 14th Doctor,
and he says, "I know these teeth." What? And so Yes, the regenerated David Tennant Club is getting bigger. Lenny Henry, uh, Nine, Tennant himself, and Jodie Whittaker. So, but that's not all. For some reason, on YouTube Shorts, they decided to go ahead and put, for comic relief, meet the 9.5 Doctor, Sir
So-
Lenny Henry.
I mean, it's not like the numbering convention matters anymore.
It matters a little bit. But here they've decided. I guess they've considered David Tennant coming back as 10 rather than 14. So they are wrong, like Jimmy. But yeah, no, it was fluff, but it was fun. The highlight of it though wasn't the regeneration; it was the skit that had Graham Norton and a couple other people, and they were judges for basically a singing competition, and a Dalek. The bronze Time War Dalek was there singing some Daft Punk song. Abjudicate! Yeah. But yeah, no, that's pretty much all there is to it.
Yeah, that was essentially it for Red Nose Day. It's funny that people were just expecting something bigger, which is like, they're just going to do a funny little skit. That's it.
Yeah. I honestly was kind of disappointed. I didn't know if we were going to get anything, but I just feel like the skit could have been a little bit more.
Yeah.
I don't know. Oh well. It's for a good cause. I hope they earned quite a bit. Should we talk about Doom now?
Doom, yes. Doomsday approaches. So, a few, was it days ago? When was this?
I feel like it was right after Red Nose Day.
I think it was, well, if you scroll down a bit further, it will actually say the date.
Oh, March 19th.
Yep, so March 19th, the Doctor Who Twitter page put up that tomorrow Doomsday is coming. And everyone had their theories because the clock finishes at 11. A lot of people were just convinced, oh, Matt Smith is coming back. Why would the clock finish at 11?
And here's where I'm excited to go ahead and announce, look at this Big Finish contributor, Matt Smith. Oh! It's actually just somebody else named Matt Smith. It's another Matt Smith. The other one. It has to suck working at Big Finish. Oh, come on, Matt Smith. Oh, well. Why you gotta treat me like this, guys?
But then, a day later, we got confirmation of what Doomsday is.
Did we really want confirmation of it? That's a question.
No. So essentially, we won't play it just in case. But Doomsday is another multi-platform story that will be told over books, comics, audios, and more about an assassin that is on the run from death, has 24 hours to live, and needs to find the Doctor. I will say, the trailer is unfortunately cringe.
It's terrible. We could do better. I honestly believe that with Jimmy's skills and just our ability to have fun, we could do better. This is so bad.
With Jimmy's editing and
right.
us, we could have probably put out a proper trailer, a better trailer.
That's right.
You would think with this is their first big thing for essentially the 60th anniversary, since we won't get the specials until November. You would think they would put a bit more effort into it.
Do you want some?
Yes, I agree. While Chris has to decide whether or not he wants some.
I'm back. Sorry.
Hoovy and Ink said Doctor Who got that Disney Channel sitcom budget. That's insulting to the Disney Channel sitcom budget. This was literally just her in a cosplay jumping around in front of a screen. And she's supposed to be called Doom. Blame her mother. And the galaxy's great, the universe's greatest assassin Really?
See, I feel like that's just going to be a comedic thing because I'm the universe's greatest assassin. It's like, well, yeah, she doesn't look like one. I feel like that's supposed to be the joke, that she doesn't look like an assassin or be the greatest assassin ever. But yeah, I know it wasn't a really good first impression. I'm not familiar with the actor's work because I believe she is a comedian.
She is played by Suze Kempner. I don't know what
Yeah,
she's in.
she's a stand-up comic, comedy sketch artist and actor. I just wasn't feeling it, unfortunately.
And I'm not going to. I know that she is an activist online, all that. That's nice, but sadly, I guess people that she is associated with, friends of hers, they've gone ahead to her defense, rightfully so, but they've gone ahead and said, oh, "Look at how people act when a children's show produces children's content. Whose kid is asking for Doomsday?" Nobody. I want to make this clear. I love Doctor Who Expanded Media. I love Big Finish. And I think everybody should give it a try. There's multiple stories that can fit anybody's wants, needs. But Expanded Media is not for children. They're not going to go ahead and find out about it until they're pretty much grown. So to say that this is for kids, for people to go ahead and buy, you better have that golden, whatever the hell it's called, books releasing just for Doomsday in a 24-book collection, because that's the only way you're getting kids to have anything to do with this.
Yeah, the multi-platform part is the biggest thing that kills it for a lot of people, because they did this with Time Lord Victorious, and a lot of people just were not okay with that idea. It's just, well, you're bleeding us dry for this story by spreading it across multiple different types of platforms. You're gonna have to get these comics. You're gonna have to listen to these Big Finish stories. You're gonna have to buy these novels. It's just like, the thing is, not all of us are made of money, and it shouldn't. If you're gonna go with a multi-platform thing, fine, but the actual main narrative should stick to one platform and everything else should be optional.
There's going to be 24 works based off of Doom here. Did Time Lord Victorious ever finish?
Technically, yes.
Technically. That's right. They were supposed to have more, and then they cut it halfway, didn't they?
I think so.
I think so, because
nobody cared. Could have been pandemic related. I don't know. It reminds me of like when the best example I can think of is one was 2015 Secret Wars, and it's just like at the middle point of this story, you're just like, okay, why are these characters here? Where have they gone to? It's like, oh no, it turns out you would have had to read all these other tie-in comics just to understand where they are. It's like, no, this is the main story. You should have it all in the main story. I should not have to go out of my way to do extra homework.
Yeah.
Just to understand what is going on with the story, what is going on with the characters.
I'm just very disappointed. Like, you hype up a big announcement and it's this. Like,
and it's very, and the trailer is just very low effort.
If you had made a Big Finish style trailer with stills of Suze Kempner dressed up like this, and you have dialogue just going ahead and just shooting out, and maybe some drafts from the comics that are going to be up and coming, because they have to be at least close to something coming out soon, right? If you have something like that to go ahead and show it's multimedia, you could have done so much better. But instead, you sat this woman in front of a green screen to basically say, I'm the world's greatest assassin, and now I need to find the doctor, or death itself is going to get me. Okay. That's a thing, I guess.
And I can't remember who it was. Someone noted that like how poorly lighted the trailer is, because they compared like Big Finish's poster or promo pic for it, and then the just a still image from the trailer, and it really contrasts like how good lighting, how much better the outfit looks depending on lighting and color. And just the poster looked just way better. It's that image. It is that image I think they used for the Big Finish one.
That outfit
But it
looks
has like
fine.
a purple coloring on it. But the trailer makes it very obvious. Oh, this has never been worn before. This is literally just sewn together.
It looks like an OC cosplay.
Yeah, I know. But I will say, I think we can. I think we can both agree the unjust outrage towards the actress is not warranted.
Unnecessary.
It's not her fault. So just people being like, it's like, Chibnall ruined Doctor Who and you're ruining Doctor Who as well.
I'm going to say that, yeah, no, there are obviously man babies like a certain bearded fellow on the internet who is going to look at this and cry, sob tears, look at what they're doing to Who. You can ignore this. If you don't want it,
I don't particularly like this idea. I'm not going to go spend 24 hours. It's like, this is the worst thing since Doctor in Distress.
But, how
dare you?
Here's the thing. The comics could be good. The problem that I have, and I'm not saying that you should never go and attack an actor or actress, even if they don't give their best performance. It's just, what is wrong with you? If you're going into people's DMs, you should quit life. Bye. She didn't act very well in that trailer. I don't think she did. And
I don't know if it was just either her acting or the direction they're going with the character. Because it seems like the direction. Because I feel like it's supposed to be a very comedic character. That's just the vibes I was getting from.
I don't know. Yeah, I see what you mean, but I just feel like this isn't a bad concept. Even I don't think it's a bad concept. But if that's your introduction to the concept of an assassin that needs to find the Doctor, that's not going to go ahead. Hoovian Inc. I don't mind the Sixth Doctor's outfit, and her outfit is an eyesore to me. Well, Six's outfit is art. It is a work of art pieced together. It's eclectic. It's an eclectic coat. And if I could
I didn't know we had John Nathan Turner on this podcast stream. He'd be the only person that would agree with you because he came up with it.
I know. Do we want to go ahead and turn to something that's actually funny?
Sure.
Rose Tyler has left the library.
Rose Tyler has been saved.
Yes. I don't know why she's bald. Maybe it's for a role. It has to be for a role.
It's like, no, she just wanted to because it'd be fun. Of course it's for a role.
Shut up. I'm not Jimmy. You can't disrespect me like that. I don't know what it's for. I love Billy's Perry cosplay.
Speaking of the Sixth Doctor.
Okay. Fourth Doctor?
Yeah.
So, Big Finish, which also is going to have stuff related to Doomsday. They really just named her that for the pun. Yeah. And I love puns, but come on. Anyway, they have released, the cover and final cast and crew update for Doctor Who Daleks Genesis of Terror, which is supposed to be the production of the original draft of Genesis of the Daleks. However, there is something that is very clear. The first episode is fully produced. It is a full story. You're going to get to the end and you're going to hear do-wee-doo, and it's going to pull you out. And then it's going to take you into just a script reading.
Yes. So, to give a little bit of context, this is part of Big Finish's Lost Stories range, where they adapt stories that were planned for seasons. So, like the original planned season 23 for the Sixth Doctor. All those, I think, pretty much all those stories were adapted as novels, or then adapted into the Lost Stories range. Yes, so stories that never saw the light of day, or the original drafts for stories. So the original draft for Revenge of the Cybermen was adapted to Return of the Cybermen. So this idea of the supposed like original draft of Genesis of the Daleks is interesting. It's one of the most iconic Doctor Who stories ever. But the problem is, as you said, it's only the first episode. It's only the original draft. As it says here, Disc 1, full cast version of Terry Nation's first draft of Episode 1 of Genesis of the Daleks, with Nicholas Briggs providing stage directions, plus readings by individual cast members of the storylines for the other episodes. So it's not even a full cast drama.
No.
It's just the first episode. And then Disc 2 is just an interview with Philip Hinchcliffe, which I'm like, yeah?
Yep.
When has he never been interviewed?
Yep, and
it feels like a real miss.
There are no Daleks. Look at the cast right here. There's no Daleks.
I don't know. I don't think there were Daleks in the first episode.
Not in the first episode, of course not. But I feel like they finished the first episode and they realized as they were reading through the script, you know what? I don't want to go into all that effort. I don't want to put in the sound. I don't want to go ahead and... It's like they just cut out half the work. Or over half the work, really. I don't know.
Well, I don't know. Were there other drafts for the other episodes? That's the thing, because this is just the first... This was just the first draft of episode 1. So this seems like a real miss for Big Finish. Because if we look at like going into like the Lost Stories range, this is somewhat hard to justify. Like $20 for only like how many episodes was Genesis? Like 4 episodes?
Was it 4?
I don't know. It was either 4 or 6. I'll have a look.
Google, our best friend. It's just a lie. You have a Dalek right there on the cover. It's a lie.
Okay, I see. It says part 1, part 6. I think it was 6 episodes.
And it's really such a waste. Because you have the people that you had for, I believe, War Doctor. Sorry, not War Doctor. The Warrior, Doctor of War. For Sarah Jane and Harry. Right? You have them here. And you could make the full thing, but you decide, no, I'm going to stop. Movie and ink. Can I legally adopt?
Can I legally adopt Tom Baker's? I think everyone would just wish that Tom Baker was their granddad. Yes, but the thing is, it's really hard to justify $20 for essentially just 1/5 of a story.
Yeah,
and then everything, and the other 1/6. I mean, and then the other remaining 5th is just the cast reading what the storyline is. And then the other disc is just an interview.
Yeah. It's really quite sad because
And the weird thing is, because there is another lost story after this. They're doing the Ark, so the Ark in space.
Mm-hmm.
That one is about like $3 more, and I think that one is a full cast. Yeah, it says full cast audio drama. But then again, this also says full cast audio drama, and it's only for like the first episode.
I would rather pay for the audio novel Emancipation of the Daleks again. Or Watchers. I'm looking at it right now. Or Scourge of the Cybermen, read by my favorite narrator. I have decided, John Colshaw. He just is so brilliant as 3 and... Three and the Brigadier. Beautiful. But yeah, no, it's just... This is kind of sad. And I know that they have to go ahead and they have to sell it up. Like, people said, why would I buy this in the thing? And they apologized right after, whenever Big Finish went ahead and said, well, this actually features blah, 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 blah. Yeah, no, I get that. We read it. We read what it has. It's just not enough. It doesn't justify its existence. I'm sorry. This could have been handled in a a Doctor Who magazine.
Yeah.
All right. Two more things, and then we can go ahead and get to our story. So boring without cinema quirks. I don't know. I'm feeling pretty entertained. More so than I would probably be listening to Dalek's Genesis of Terror. But thank you for the thumbnail. Anything with Tom Baker's existence is justified. That's fair. That bit is fair. So one subject, Chris and myself, we are big fans of Twin Peaks, and we went ahead. I saw this tweet and brought it up. If FBI Special Agent Dale Cooper, with his damn fine cup of coffee, was a Doctor Who companion, which Doctor would they travel with?
8. I feel like 8.
It's right.
8 would be a good one. I saw a lot of people say 7, but I feel like he'd be kind of disgusted with 7.
Yeah.
Dale's supposed to be, I'm the good guy. Everyone loves me. 2 or 7? 2 maybe. I could see him with 2.
But
7,
7. No. To be fair,
early 7 maybe. Last season 7 where he's like manipulator. No.
He'd probably have to try to fight 7 and die. Cinema court. 1 would be perfect.
Actually, yeah, I could see it. I could honestly see it.
You know how I'm seeing it, right? I'm seeing it as 1 and basically the replacement for Ian, which is Dale Cooper.
It's just because he takes Ian again.
Yeah, he just takes the main role, but he has the quirks that Ian does not.
Yeah.
So that would be fun. And anytime he does something silly, you want to say, "You young whippersnapper, what are you?" Yeah, I can't really see him with any of the new Who doctors.
No.
It would all be that 5. Hoopy and Ink, why? Hoopy and Ink wants to give that man a jolly good smack bottom. I will tell him that if I ever see him at Spooky Empire, that one of my fans, well, our fans, our viewers, they're not fans of us. They want to go ahead and they want to do that. 5 was a ladies' man? That's not how I would describe 5, though we are going to be talking a bit about him soon. We just have one more thing to go ahead and discuss. The last link, John Boyega has gone ahead and said that he would like to appear in Doctor Who, but only for one episode as maybe a doctor, one of the endless doctors, or maybe a companion. He does go ahead and say just something so he could do it, but only for one episode.
I'll be down for it. RTD, hit him up.
Oh well, multiverse. I didn't hear him say multiverse.
That's the only thing though. Multiverse, I'm very tired with the multiverse.
So you want him to be a timeless child doctor?
I don't care at this point. I'd love to see John Boyega as either a doctor or as a companion
for an episode.
But I'm just tired of multiverse. Everyone wants to do multiverse.
See, he doesn't say multiverse in the article. That's what I wanted to go ahead and point out. The quote that I saw earlier, he says specifically that he makes mention of, the doctor has like a timeless flux or whatever. And so I would love to be a doctor, but only for one episode. I won't do a series. And that's fine. He's a fine actor. Though, admittedly, the only thing that I can recall actually seeing him in was Star Wars, which that's sad. But yeah, no, that sounds fine. I did actually read through the Doctor Who, what's it called, Origins, with the Fugitive Doctor, and it was a fine story. It was a fine story. I'm just again, it's the same old, it's the timeless child. That's not something pleasant to think about, but it is what it is. But that's about it for our news for the week.
Yes, so on to our topic. It's another big Finnish story. It's not Snake in the Cradle, as Pixel incorrectly put in our title.
I'm sorry. It's
the Cradle of the Snake. It's the Cradle of the Snake. This is a sequel to Kinder and Snake Dance. It features the Mara, an iconic Fifth Doctor antagonist. So the basic story is that once again, Tegan is affected by the Mara, and they go to essentially solve it once and for all, to fix Tegan. Something goes wrong along the way. They end up in the distant past of Menusa before the Mara even existed. What were your thoughts on the Cradle of the Snake?
So, admittedly, like I said, and I've said it many times, I know, I've seen every episode of Doctor Who that, complete story that can be seen, thanks to Twitch. Thank you for the marathons. I watched some of them twice. But the Mara, I know the Mara, but it's just not, it's not something that, clicked right away. However, I love this story because of the opportunity that it gives Peter Davidson. Him, through this audio drama, he basically plays the villain. He's possessed by the Mara, and he goes ahead and he has all that with him. And there's something at the end with the interviews where somebody says, if I had to recast Doctor Who, I always thought that Peter Davidson would make a good master. Because, yeah.
I don't know.
He goes ahead and recalls Peter Davidson as Omega in Arc of Infinity as well. And I think that he definitely has the strength. And Turlough's actor goes ahead and says pretty much the same thing. He loved doing this story because Peter Davidson actually had to act. Because Peter Davidson pretty much plays himself as the Doctor, and that's good. Everybody loves him as that. But here he had to actually act. He had to be bad and wicked. And him actually going ahead and teasing Turlough with the one scene where he acts like the doctor's slowly coming back to the top, but then reveals it's just a cruel jest. I love that. I think that was brilliant.
Yeah, I really enjoyed this story. Peter Davison is the best Big Finish Doctor. Well, I'll tie him with Paul McGann, okay? I'll accept it.
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying that, Chris, and I was like, really? I didn't think.
No, Jimmy did. No, I really enjoyed this story. I'm glad that they just didn't do another Tegan is possessed by the Mara.
That was
because we already had it with Kinder. We already had it with Snake Dance. We didn't need it again a third time. Luckily, they changed the formula. At the start, she's possessed, but then it moves on to the Doctor. So now we have the Doctor as the villain of the story. It's done really well. I can't see Peter Davison as the Master. It'd be good as any other villain. As the Master, I can't see it. I can't see him as as a Master or Master-like character. As literally any other kind of villain, sure.
I think actually as a modern Master that's a little more unhinged most of the time, he played unhinged well in here, like really good. And Hoovian Inc. saying that Colin is the GOAT of Big Finish. What do you mean? Colin is the GOAT. He's the GOAT.
There's a certain someone in the chat that would disagree, but we don't listen to him. He's not here. No, I really enjoyed everything about this story. The cast did a fantastic job. It's good listening to the Mara again. It's just the Mara is just one of those standout villains in the Fifth Doctor era, and such a personal villain for Tegan.
Mm-hmm.
Although I do wish Tegan got a little bit more. I feel like towards the end she steps up. I feel like she should have stepped up more as the counter to the Mara in this story, because she's had that turmoil with the Mara before. So I don't know, more of a kind of traditional hero role against this concept of evil. But apart from that, everything about this story was fantastic. I loved everything about it.
Even Turlo
was great in this.
Turlo was very enjoyable, which is a rarity because he's, after all, Turlo. And as we know, Ginger.
And he's essentially a substitute for the audience. He hasn't faced the Mara before. He has no idea what it can do, what's going on. So essentially, if you're going into the story not having watched Kinder or Snake Dance, Turlo is you in this story.
You know what's really strange for me, though? Realizing that Nyssa in this story is not Nyssa that we've seen on television.
No, this is part of a story arc where it's older Nyssa. It's Nyssa. It's supposed to be Nyssa way after the events of Terminus.
Yep.
So she's a bit older. She's reunited with the TARDIS crew. But then I think there's some kind of resolution at the end of the arc where she becomes young again. I haven't listened to that story, so
that's interesting.
Yeah.
I can't remember who said it, that she was supposed to basically in the Sarah Jane, they had the special that was basically a farewell Sarah Jane. They were supposed to be together as a couple. Was it Nyssa and Tegan?
Nyssa and Tegan, yeah. But then again, this is Doctor Who canon. It's all over the place. We already had Tegan mention two husbands in The Power of the Doctor. I think two failed marriages.
Wow.
And had 2 children out of it, so it would have, unless they were adoptions, it would have been she had husbands.
It's that. I mean, she could have both.
I don't think they really ever specified when
they got together,
or if that's going to be the case. That's the problem with Doctor Who canon.
Well, I mean, it would make more sense. It would make more sense that she becomes young at the end because Tegan is still young, or at least she's supposed to be. you can kind of hear, at least I could kind of hear at this point, that a couple years have passed. And that happens with even Peter Davidson. I love him. I love his voice. It just does not have the youthful glow it once had. How many season did he have because of how bad he was? Oh, that's right too.
Jimmy, that's not because of how bad he was. That's
How many?
BBC were actively sabotaging themselves because they're their most iconic show ever, and they were embarrassed about it.
How many seasons did Christopher Eccleston have?
Ooh, that's true.
Okay.
Anyway.
I have to agree with Hoovy and Eek. For some of them, Colin is some of the only thing that makes it bearable. And I have been, at Jimmy's recommendation, watching the Sixth Doctor. What's his name? You know, he does the documentary on each of them.
Was it Clever Dick Films?
Yes.
I've been watching those as well. Good recommendation, Jimmy. I've been watching them. They're pretty good.
You did good for once.
For once.
Should we give a ranking?
Sure. I would give this probably like a solid 8. Solid 8 out of 10. I enjoyed everything about it. Expanding more on the Mara. I love the Mara as a villain. Everyone did a fantastic job in this. Peter Davison as the villain is great. It gives him something different instead of just being the Doctor all the time. Like, let's spice it up a little. Let's have him be the villain for like 3/4 of this story, essentially. So yeah, I really enjoyed it.
I have to give it a 7.5, mostly because of the Snake Man. Oh, the snakes! You have to be careful with the snakes. Do you know? Oh, I sense the shadow of evil. No, your friend can be cured of the evil. Sure, okay. The first few minutes, that was fine, but Dada, go away. Oh, wow. But yeah, no, 7.5.
It's a holy man. What'd you expect?
Holy man. Holy. Okay. Okay. But no, it was 7.5. I feel is pretty solid. Again, you were right about Peter Davidson as the villain. Mara, very entertaining. I liked the concept. I feel like it could have been a little better executed though, with the dreamscape and what is made of dreams and what is light and darkness. But yeah, that's pretty much how I feel. We're only 43 minutes in. So what is next week's topic?
Who knows? We'll have to discuss it with the madman that's not here, but oh no, he's here. Whoops.
Hello, Jimmy.
Hey, what's up, guys?
He showed up. Do you have any opinions on the Cradle of the Snake?
No.
You didn't listen to it?
No.
Oh, okay.
Okay, give me 1 second. Okay, I got you in my headset now. Okay, we're good.
Okay.
I came here, just got back. Tired, but I wanted to promote something. That's it. But when you're done,
You wanted to promote something?
yeah, I'll promote
At the end. Okay.
Yeah.
What did we do last week?
It was a classic, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a classic.
No, it was new.
It was
Here,
new.
I'll look.
We did Flatline.
Is it time for a classic?
It'll be classic
Flatline.
or topic.
Alrighty, then let me go ahead and get the dice.
No, it'd be topic. It'd be topic, right?
Oh, then let me put back.
Mix it up, yeah.
Which means
Dude, I'm literally here for 1 second, and Hoovy and Ink is already talking shit. Okay, we're gonna fight.
What are you talking about? I've been talking shit to you the entire time.
He has been. But that's pretty much it. You want to go ahead and talk us to Jimmy's advertisement?
Yeah. Jimmy's solely here to sell Prime.
Hey, don't talk shit about Prime. Prime's actually really good.
It's a bit
I'm not
unrealistic
joking. I bought
to say
like
that they were
6 of
black.
these.
Ah,
You really like them?
They're actually pretty good. I don't care about Logan Paul or KSI, but I bought like 6 of these. And like school kids have been coming into my work being like, "Do you have Prime left?" I'm like, "I'm
it's like yes, but I'm not selling to you.
not selling to you. I'm reselling this, man. I'm self-made millionaire."
Just on Prime.
Yeah.
$10 a bottle, eBay.
Nice to know we're grocery clerks. Anyway, go ahead, Jimmy. Take us away.
All right, this is coming out Monday. It's on my main channel, Cinema Quirks. It's called The War on Tolkien and Middle Earth. All right, let me just.
Gotta admit, it's a bit unrealistic to say that there were black people in this white guy's imagination. You know, I mean,
hairy, gold-loving giant noses with legs were chased out of their sacred homeland because their avarice made them dig too deep. They're like little Nazi flashcards.
nobody's watching Lord of the Rings for realism, okay? They're watching it because they didn't have sex in high school.
The dwarves in Lord of the Rings, they're like anti-Semitic caricature of the Jewish people.
I think Tolkien had a pretty heavy case of internal racism. And it just goes to show that it's not like smart people aren't racist and dumb people are racist.
Oh, great. Another one. I would generally be pretty happy when hearing we're. Yeah, there's copyright stuff. I'm not going to copyright you guys on this.
Yeah. Okay.
Alrighty.
How do I stop sharing?
I'm going to remove it.
Stop sharing.
That looks very interesting, Jimmy. Yeah.
no.
We need Jimmy's here to sell basic opinions. Wow. Pixel broke out that freakishly long finger. It's not freakishly long.
Yeah, it is.
Anyway, talk us out of here. Let's get out of here.
That is it for the stream. Thank you everyone for watching. Remember to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, check out all our videos. Jimmy's on his main channel as well. I wish he could start putting some here aside from shorts, but
he owes us
this
Mark
one?
Gatiss. He
Dude.
owes us Mark Gatiss.
Hey, real quick, I do have a idea for a Doctor Who video, but if I did it, it would take so long. This video I'm working on, that it's been about a week since I wrote the script and started like editing it. I've only got 7 minutes on it, and there's another 7 minutes to go, which I'll be busting on the next couple days. But again, Monday. But it's so big, and it'll take up so much time, and it'll be so good that I wouldn't put it on Mad Men with the Box. I put it on my own channel.
The disrespect is unbelievable.
I'm sorry, but I mean, it is a good opinion. It's a good idea for a video. So it'd be there.
We see where the line is. Jimmy. Chris and I understand. We'll keep streaming along.
Once one of you guys breaks my 37,000 views.
Ah, shut up! Tuck us out of here, Chris.
I'm gonna go delete that video right now.
If you do that, I swear to fucking God, I will go to Australia.
Accidentally unlisted. Can't see it anymore. Whoops.
Oopsies. Alonzi.
You know what's funny is that video still getting like the #1 views on our channel.
Anyway,
so funny.
take it out of here, please.
Okay, yes. Thank you, everyone. We'll see you in the next one when we have a topic. What it is, we haven't even decided yet. You'll have to find out next week. See you, everyone.
Goodbye, Alonzi.
Geronimo.
Alonzi.